This is a new channel I'm starting to document the buildup of my 93 Mustang for Miles of Mayhem 2025 and hopefully a bunch of other stick shift drag races. Car's a 93 Mustang. It's going to have a 427 small block Ford, 88mm turbo. Right now, a car has a T56. I just wrapped up the cage a few weeks ago. Just the 850 cert cage. It's got Team Z subframe connectors, Team Z mini tubs, and pretty well the whole Team Z catalog of rear suspension. Relocated uppers, double adjustable lowers, their coilover bracket kit, Team Z anti-roll bar. I'm going to run it on a 28-10-5 tire. It's just Mickey Thompson 28-10-5 slick. And today I'm working on the hot side for the turbo kit. So I had already got the first pipe done and decided to add in a flex joint, so hopefully it doesn't crack over the years. So I'm gonna get this put in the car and tack it in place, and then weld up the first bar and start working on the second one. Okay, under the car, got that first tube in place. It fits really good up into the little register that's on this billet T6 turbo mount. This mount is from Performance World, and it's just, yeah, T6 flange with two 2.5-inch inlets. So I'm gonna go ahead and tack the flex joint down here and up top, and then I'll pull this out and finish weld it. Okay, I've got this ready to weld now. Just using aluminum tape to block off the ends and a cheap dual regulator on my bottle to back purge it at like 5 to 10 CFH, and I'll go ahead and get this fully welded. Okay, first pipe is all done. Turned out pretty good. I'm just using a prime weld 225X. Welding this, I had it about 60 amps on the foot pedal. It's about 051 wall stainless. So I'll start working on the second pipe and get it finish welded as well. Okay, this will be the hot side tube for the driver's side header. Everything is just tacked together. They were 3-inch V-bands. I also got the V-bands from Performance World, and then a 3 to 2.5-inch reducer and the flex joint. So I'll get this one fully welded and get it put on the car, and then start working on the wastegates next. Alright, the driver's side pipe for the turbo kit is all done. It's all finish welded. I've never welded stainless before, but it actually wasn't that bad. A little bit of a learning curve, but once you figure out the heat settings that it likes, it is actually pretty easy. So I'm gonna put it in the car and make sure it fits well, and then I'll tack both hot side pipes into the turbo flange and start figuring out where the wastegates are going to go. Alright, they're both in. They fit almost perfect. A little bit of an issue that I kind of thought was going to happen when I had this pipe for the driver's side mocked up. It had about a 1/4 inch of clearance to this, what would have been the radiator mount off the tube front end, and just from welding it and it getting hot, it moved around enough where it's touching it just a little bit. It's not really a big deal. I'll just take a socket and put a little dent in the pipe so that it can clear that tube, and then I've got these two 45mm Pro gates from Performance World. These are really nice. So I'm gonna figure out, I'm gonna try to fit them both kind of down in this little pocket in between the fender and the front bumper. So I'll probably pull the front bumper off and start figuring out where those are gonna go. All right, it's a couple days later now. Last 3 or 4 days I've just been messing around with different placements for the wastegate and trying to figure out where they're gonna fit within the fender and the bumper and what area I have in the front end. So I've just kind of been trying a few different placements, and I ended up getting them put on, and they're all fully welded. I tried to get them as close to the corner or bend in these pipes as I could, so they should have really good flow to the wastegate. One thing you don't want to do is have the wastegate like 90 degrees to the flow of exhaust, otherwise it's gonna have really bad boost control and it would have a lot of boost creep. And so as close as you can get it to the radius, as straight of a shot into the wastegate, better your boost control will be. So I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. This is 1 3/4" stainless for those, and then the V-bands that came with the Performance World wastegate. Only thing I got left really on the hot side aside from exhaust is the flanges for the V-band on the header. So I gotta get the headers pulled off and then get the V-bands welded up. Alright, the whole hot side is installed now with the wastegates and everything. I'm really happy with how it came out. It all fits perfect and it's got enough clearance, it doesn't hit the fender. It should work out really good. The only thing I have left is to weld the up pipes to the turbo flange, so I'll probably tack those in place, and then once I get the exhaust done and pull the turbo out, I can fully weld those. Otherwise though, it's all finished. In the next video I'll probably start working on the exhaust system and figure out where it's gonna go. And it's 4" off the back of the, well, it's a reducer down to 4" off the back of the turbo. That is probably just gonna put a 90 on it and put it right out the fender. And then as far as the wastegates, I'm either gonna Y them into the 4" exhaust pipe, or do kind of 2 into 1 and put a second pipe coming out of the fender. But I'll be working on that over next week, and yeah, thanks for watching.